Hello and welcome back, beautiful soul. I'm doing a series on the clairs, and today we're exploring clairsentience, the gift of feeling energy. If you've sensed that you're sensitive or that you pick up on things, this is the vlog for you. Clairsentience is your ability to sense the emotional, energetic, and relational tone of a room or a person or a situation without anyone saying a word. What it is, clairsentience literally means clear feeling. It's the subtle art of reading energy through the whole body, your nervous system. Sometimes people call it a gut feeling, your skin sometimes through goosebumps and other ways of feeling it. They're all instruments. They're all little radars receiving information through the feeling sense. This is why you can walk into a family dinner and feel the unspoken tension. Sometimes when you're with a couple, and even though they're laughing or having a drink, you could feel something's off. Sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes you're around someone you don't even know that well, but you're totally relaxed. Certain strangers make you feel at ease. So here's how clairsentience shows up in your everyday life. In your workplace, for example, when an HR manager can sense when one person on the team is pretty close to burnout or is highly distracted, even before their performance slips. That's what's important. It's before. In a family, parent knows their teenager is upset, even when the teen keeps saying, I'm fine, I'm fine. In a community, a leader walks into a neighborhood meeting and can feel the underlying fear that no one is naming. Or sometimes a leader, I heard someone say this when they were facilitating a group, knows that it's just time for a break, even if everyone's paying attention. In personal situations, you meet someone new and your body either softens because you're trusting or becomes a little more rigid because you can sense something feels a tad threatening. So these aren't guesses. These are actual data that you are receiving, invisible data. But they are giving you messages for sure, energetic data. And if you've been following my podcast or these vlogs or my books, you know that I'm talking a lot about energy. When you own this gift, you become the most incredible truth finder, peace builder, and guide. You can literally use it as an X-ray vision, and I'm going to be talking about that, how the clairs are actually an X-ray vision. In this case, an X-ray sensor. The key, though, is discernment, because unpracticed clairsentience can feel extremely overwhelming. And obviously, I talk about that a lot in the book for empaths who have a very heightened skill of clairsentience, because you might absorb constantly what isn't yours, and you can't tell the difference. Is this mine or is this someone else's? Is this the world's or is this me? Is this the news? Is this the show I'm watching? But you'll get flooded if you don't learn how to master it, like everything else. When you practice it, it definitely becomes a superpower, like every superhero journey. They're born with these gifts, but if there's no one there to teach them, like Yoda teaching Luke Skywalker how to use the Force, or in The Last Airbender. All of these mythologies are about learning how to use these invisible energies, this data that we receive on a constant basis, and we can prove it. So once you learn how to pause, you start to distinguish what belongs to you and what doesn't. And amazingly, you begin to choose how to respond. The sacred pause, because pausing gives you the power, which gives you possibilities. And ultimately, it gives you prowess because you're self-mastering. I call it the 4 Ps. Pausing gives you power, which gives you possibility, which gives you prowess. So here's some simple practices. Always, always, always grounding. by going inside and getting quiet. Deep breaths. I use deep breathing a lot to hone into my intuition because it clears out my entire system. I actually see it as clearing it out when I take deep breaths. And I breathe in all the way into the root chakra, or if you just want to use your body, into your hips, into your genital region. You clean your whole system out with a deep breath and you get nice and quiet. And you place a hand over your heart because that's also very anchoring and grounding. When you feel something strongly, ask, is this truly mine? Or is it someone else's? Use your clarity to guide your decisions because when we're overwhelmed or flooding, what we start to do is we start to fix things outside of ourselves in order to quiet what's happening, that flooding sensation that's happening inside of ourselves. No, the answer is to get very quiet, take your cleansing breath, breathe it all the way into the root chakra, and ask yourself, is this mine? And then make your own decision for your clairsentience is your gift of emotional literacy and clean energetic empathy. In times like these, the ability to feel that clean truth can actually become leadership. I explored this deeply in chapter 6 and 7 in the Empath Leader book, launched this July 2025. If this resonates, I invite you to read more there. And remember, engagement is activism. Like, share, comment, and if you feel so called, write a review for the book. Let's blow a kiss to these algorithms and let's remind people of the human inner technology that they have, that they are born with. And join me in the next vlog for Claircognizance, the gift of clear knowing.